Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start the first day of the round of 16 SBENU Starcraft 2 Star League. I am Valdez. With me is Moonlay today. How are you doing, buddy?
Bun. Moon bun. Thank you very much, Velvet Valdez. I'm great to be here, man. I'm so happy that I'm wearing a bow tie and a padded vest.
Looking good.
I feel fantastic.
Gotta go like this to get it on screen.
I'm gonna touch that a little bit. It feels great. I think mine's a bit more padded than yours there.
Is it? Let me touch you. Oh, no, it's kind of the same, actually.
Really?
Actually, I think mine is kind of more padded, to be honest.
Man.
I think that's actually what's going on here. Moonlight,
Whatever.
you're just jealous.
Whatever,
Sorry, Moonlight.
bro. Anyway, today starts the round of 16 of the SBENU Star League, and man, we got the hell of a first match, a hell of a first group. Like, this is actually one of the most stacked groups, I think, in this tournament and ever in the universe as well.
Pretty much. It kind of reminds me of last season round of 8. You know, like one of these groups where you're like, what? How is this even possible? Stats ByuL Mars Zest is the group if you did not know about that. And it's going to be a pretty fiery one here tonight. Literally, I think any two of these players can get out of this group.
Man, it's heating up here already. I can feel the heat as I wear this uniform in the middle of summer, in one of the hottest days we have here in Korea.
Yeah.
Absolutely valid.
Hey, man, I got the black one, you know? Like, I'm absorbing the sunlight from that sun we got up there, actually.
Our own personal sun, I got to say it. It's pretty bright. But we are going to be starting things off with Stats versus ByuL. It's going to be an amazing PvZ. I'm hoping ByuL is coming into this pretty prepared. It is. Oh yeah. It is one of the biggest individual leagues in the world, though by far one of the hardest. Yeah. There's only one other that can rival that, and there's GSL. But for sure, it's getting to the nitty gritty right here. You know, it's getting to the round of 16. It's getting to this time where you have to really start turning it on. We're out of challenger now. Yeah. No more easy games. No more walkovers. Everyone's here to win.
This is the real deal now, Moonglade. And the first match we're going to have here is Stats versus ByuL. You can see, as I said before, I think out of all these four, you know, I said pretty much anyone could get out of the group, but I think ByuL, considering how he's not playing at his highest level these days, to be totally frank. So out of the four, I would actually put him at the lowest, and that's so funny to say about ByuL.
It's so funny and kind of sad, but it makes perfect sense. He has not had much luck in tournaments recently. He defeated Shine to make it this far, but I mean, besides that, he got through by Dark recently. He barely beat Pig Baby, of all people. He lost his last Pro League match to Life. He certainly hasn't been showing any sort of solid ZVP in quite some time. You can even look at GSL recently in the Grand Finals. He lost to Rain 4-1.
Yeah. And it was a pretty big beatdown as well. Rain going aggressive, just shutting him down. But anyway, guys, we're going to jump straight into game number 1 here on Cactus Valley between Stats and ByuL.
Push it.
That was sick.
Sick intros, Moonglade here for round of 16. It's pretty insane. But up here in the top right in the red, our Protoss player from KT Rolster, it is Stats.
There he is. Wearing his pin.
The Waldo toss.
Down here in the bottom right, we do have the only Zerg player in the group, and one of the few in the tournament. It is ByuL. The spine crawler? I don't know what that is.
Spine crawler.
Spine crawler Zerg, man.
No, something about, I read actually all the different, the reasons why they get these pins. And I kind of forget the one for ByuL, to be honest.
Let's just go with what I said.
Fish cake bar.
Fish cake Zerg.
Okay. There's like no relation at all. It's just like, yeah, okay, sure, fish cakes are.
We just go with that. It's fine.
Fish cake spine crawlers are.
Oh, we're seeing actually a cannon Protoss potentially. He's going to be scouting to the south. ByuL sees it there. ByuL should know something might be a little fishy here.
He's going to go for that hatch first, and Stat's sending out a very early scout here. He wants to get those cannons down.
Yeah, it's a double scout, and we're going to see ByuL send out a bunch of drones just now. He should be safe against this, but we'll see how much stats commits to it. We're seeing a lot of this these days where the Protoss comes out with a Forge but doesn't commit too hard to it after a pylon.
Yeah. We'll see, though, how much he wants to commit. I think once he sees ByuL pull down this many drones, he probably shouldn't commit.
Yeah. It really depends on positioning as well. And yeah, from here, you pretty much just let it finish or cancel it and just go for that Nexus.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, you know, we don't really see this work anymore, to be honest. You know, it's usually just you send out that one probe, maybe you build a pylon to force off some drones, but I'm kind of surprised that stats goes for the double scout.
Yeah.
It tells me, like, oh, he really wanted to get some cannons down, but...
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Maybe he was, like, hoping that Overlord wouldn't spot the probe on the way down, or maybe he was, like, if it was going to be, like, a double hatchful pool, maybe he can get, like, some sick cannoning off. But not the case. Just going to be that hatch first in the pool. And I guess it does do some economic damage because you have to pull 4 drones, so the mining's going to be a little bit less. Certainly worth the 100 mineral investment, but I'm not sure if it is worth it if you double scout like that.
Now, I'm thinking about this map here for ByuL. Even looking at these positions, not the best, to be honest. If Stats wants to go ahead and go aggressive on this map, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does. You know, Cactus Valley can be pretty brutal. There's like 3 choke points right outside your natural.
Yeah.
As the Zerg.
Yeah, it is a pretty rough map for Zerg if they want to be aggressive. Not unheard of. I see some fans in the audience.
He's not watching.
She doesn't care.
Who are you texting?
Yeah. Well, down goes the third. As expected from a Forge opening here, and this is a pretty fair map to start things off on. It's a nice, juicy macro game to get them warmed up. But, yeah, it is hard for Zerg, and these positions are not too bad either for Stats.
Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering, you know, we only get to play 3 maps total, so I think they both get 2 bans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out of 7 maps, you get 2 bans each. You have 4 left, or rather 3 left. But to be honest, I didn't see them banning out. I'm not exactly sure. I'll get the info on that maybe during the break. But anyway, my point is
you're making false promises right now, brother.
My point is that, you know, I'm kind of surprised that ByuL lets this through, this map, just because we have seen from time to time this can be pretty Protoss favored.
Sure, but compared to the other maps, there are some pretty wonkadoodle maps out there, if I was to use that word.
You can use that if you want. I give you permission.
Thank you, Bella. There's, you know, it also comes down to preference, what they want. Start things off there. You know, Cactus, I think Cactus is going to get through in a lot of these times, a lot of these best matchups. Stargate is going to be the next choice. Well, the opening choice for Stats here. And, you know, Oracle, we've gone through this 100 times, Valdez. It's going to help you out getting that third base. It's also going to potentially do some damage, but not always guaranteed. The Overlord down south is going to spot it in just an instant the moment it comes out. Unless he maneuvers it.
He's also got one up there in the north, trying to get that angle. And it will actually fly right over there, but I think it'll be a little bit too late.
Yeah, and already 3 safety spores are coming up. It's like he's not taking any chances here in game 1-1. It's going to help out against DTs as well if that will ever come out in the map.
Yeah. I like this kind of play, just playing very safe to start things off. As you said, just journeying up as hard as possible. I think he made like 2 or 4 lings, and that was about it for the army units here for the Zerg. Yeah. 2 lings.
He is so greedy right now. 59 drones already. He ain't slowing down. He sees the Oracle. He knows what's going on.
Oracle taking a bunch of damage, down to already 85 health. Gonna have to move away, possibly get some of those shields back. But yeah, I mean, a Spore and a Queen at each base is gonna be pretty good for defending at least 1 Oracle coming in.
Yeah, you're not gonna find your way in there. Certainly not at all. More sentries coming in. He's just planning to be defensive, maybe do the sort of sentry push out, you know, start to be aggressive just a little bit. While that third goes down, not commit to too much and always have that recall available. But look how fast this Hydra Gen's coming up. You're going to see some very early Hydras and a 4th base as well. He could be just going into, you know, the standard sort of Roach Hydra, possibly Viper timing if we do see that infestation pick come down soon.
Did he even get a Roach Horn?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, it's just straight up Hydras here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. If you're allowed to do that, man, you're in a great place to do a Hydra timing, that's for sure.
Yeah. And looking at the army of the Protoss right now, just 1 Zealot, 8 Sentries, and an Oracle. He's going to have to delay here for a while. That's for sure.
So many Hydras coming out. 14 in the build queue right now. Plus that Groove Spines and +1 ranged. He's looking good to do something. Something pretty aggressive.
He definitely is. Already moving out of the map. I don't think even Stats has any idea about this. He's got 1 Oracle back here, starting to do a bit of damage. Found a little spot. But at the same time, I don't think he saw those Hydras coming across the map. And he's going to have those sentries in a very good position because this is going to be interesting. Those Hydras can definitely shell at the front of the natural.
Oh, yeah. And look at this. Two more cannons going down in the natural for Stats. But, you know, if he goes for that forge, you know, get rid of the +2, that's going to really help out in the very near future. And he's going to do just that, start picking it apart.
Yeah, look at this. I don't think Stats can even fight against this. He has to let that forge go, and there it goes. The Zerglings do get by, though, getting a pretty decent surround on all of those sentries up there at the third base.
Oh, man. He actually did so much damage to those sentries. 2 of them went down. One of them's out of energy already. ByuL's going to have to be so careful not to get his army cut up from the forces when he goes down that ramp, or if he goes into the natural.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You know, he took out 2 of those sentries, but there's still so many left over. He's got 9 in total. A lot of energy on those guys. I'm really curious to see how Stats is going to be able to engage into this, though.
Yeah.
He needs to have the perfect force fields.
Yeah, he lost another sentry there. He's just waiting for more wall pins to happen. More and more links coming across the map to help out, but are they going to get there in time? I don't see Stats committing just yet, and I think that's a mistake because here come the Lings.
Once the Lings come by, it's going to be pretty brutal here for the Protoss player. And here they come. Really nice force fields, though. Only a bunch of the Lings get by. Still, the Hydra is not doing damage, but the Nexus is going to go down.
Down it goes. The damage has been done. ByuL can rest easy now. He can retreat. He doesn't have to commit any more here. He's making 19 more Hydras, getting +2 attack, and that speed is just about to finish. And Hive is just about to finish, so he's going to have Vipers soon.
You know, I was talking about how this map was pretty good for Protoss, but I guess because these guys are pretty close, like the Hydras can get over there decently fast.
Yeah.
And Stats, with the build he went for with the Oracles, he's not really going to have, you know, that much stuff to defend at this third base.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it was a maximum level greed sort of build from ByuL as well. You know, he skipped the Roach Warren, skipped making any army until he started building Hydras. That was when he began his army production, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah. He fully droned out on 3 bases before he had to do anything, and this is it's like a huge thing to go into the mid game with and go for timing like this.
Yeah, and look at the army of the Protoss. He's got a ton of gateways, and he still is on 2 bases. He's trying to remake that third, but it's going to be a while. ByuL very comfortably on 4 bases, 76 drones, just sitting back. As long as he can sit up here on the top of the ramp, get a nice concave, I think he'll be totally fine.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for Stats to do anything from here. At the same time, though, it's going to be hard for ByuL to try and make his way down the ramp and be aggressive again. A lot of force fields there and a big Stalker warp in as well.
Yep. He's got a ton of gateways, upwards of like 8 or 9 at this point. He's trying to go for the surrounds here from many different angles. Those ramps are pretty big. And if ByuL can get down them, he's going to have this huge space over here on the right side of the map to really have a great fight against that Protoss army.
Yeah, going for the Viper now. Oh, he gets it too. Not even a single bit of not even a single blinding cloud used there. Yeah. Kind of a mistake.
He's got 1 extra Viper back here, but not joining the fight just yet.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to wait for that before he wants to try and make a move. Now Immortals are being added to the army, and Storm on the way as well. ByuL has to make the damage happen, or maybe even just drop the hammer and kill him before Storm is out, because then he's going to have the perfect army against Roach Hydra.
ByuL is going to try to push in here. He's got a ton of units, but he just can't push it through the force field. Still a lot of sentries remain, 5 of them. He's got like at least 2 more force fields walls on one of these ramps. Let's see how Stats wants to do this. He tries to get the force fields up, but a lot of these Zerg units get by.
Yeah, he didn't get enough force fields out. There was a little way into the the mineral line of that third base. Down the third goes. Look at this concave, absolutely overwhelming as ByuL.
Yep. Also, the blinding cloud hit about half the army.
Oh, yeah.
And GG. That's going to be it. ByuL's going to take game number 1 against Stats.
What a powerful start for ByuL. He is looking fantastic today.
Yeah.
He really had his build thought out. He knew what he had to do. He found that timing. And that was Cactus Valley, man.
Too.
Yeah, it's probably pretty surprised that actually went down that way.
Yeah. he's like talking to himself. He's like, what happened there? Like, what was that? I saw him mouthing those words. And, I don't know. He played very, very standard PvZ. It looked okay. Like, usually the Zerg isn't going to be that aggressive with that many hyzers at that timing. Man. So I think he just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I think so. He was like, he didn't expect ByuL to be that greedy and get away with it. And now it's Iron Fortress.
Oh, boy.
A horrible map for Protoss. I don't know how this one got through amongst the other ones, I got to say. It's going to be a very hard match for Stats.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
Third base on this map is so far away from the natural. It's so hard